Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. And today's video, I want to talk about why I believe that Left 4 Dead 2 is one of the best video games of all time. Now, the reason why I decided to make this video in the first place is because I was trying to think of some Left 4 Dead 2 topics that you guys would really enjoy, because a lot of you guys really like the Left 4 Dead 2 topics. So I was thinking to myself, being like, what would be a good one? And originally, this was actually going to be a 5 things I like and dislike about Left 4 Dead video. I was going to take 5 things that I really, truly love about the game, and 5 things I truly despise about the game. But when I was really thinking about it, I actually had a very difficult time coming up with things I truly hated about Left 4 Dead. Like, seriously, I purposely could not think of a bad thing in Left 4 Dead past, like, a select few. I had a difficult time getting past 2 just because you can call it a bias or whatever you want. But for me personally, the things that I would have complained about would have been just stuff that would have been filler for the video, not true dislike. It would have been just stuff that would be unnecessarily put in and kind of like overly exaggerated. So in my humble opinion, there's only a select few things that truly bother me about this game. And that means that in my mind, that Left 4 Dead 2 is a really well done game. I've always loved Left 4 Dead 2. Like, Left 4 Dead 2 in particular. I love Left 4 Dead 1, but I really have a special love for Left 4 Dead 2. But I've always loved Left 4 Dead 2. Honest to God, is one of my top favorite video games of all time. Easily top 10. My love for the game was also amplified recently, too, as when I went to the PC version of Left 4 Dead 2, and being able to install mods and being able to add my own content, just seeing how creative the community was. And now thinking about it from the perspective of, like, I really can't think of many things to hate about the game, really truly makes me realize how good this game actually is. I would say that there is, 5 solid games throughout my whole entire life that I have absolutely been obsessed about, and I love them to death. And I genuinely think that Left 4 Dead 2 is one of them. I genuinely think that the series of Left 4 Dead is one of them. Because, like, there's games that I like in a given moment for sure, but I've always gone back to Left 4 Dead 2. Several years later. I remember when I first played Left 4 Dead 2, and for how simplistic I played it on, like, the 360, for example, I never thought that originally I was going to be buying both of the games on both platforms, both PC and Xbox. I never thought I would be so heavily invested in mods. I never even thought that I would be making content on this game as much as I am, and you guys loving it. That makes me happy, and knows that there's also a fan base for it. You guys are growing my channel, so that I've also got a sentimental value to that as well, knowing that the game that I like is also adding value to my YouTube channel. So, the combination of all of that, this game is amazing, and I want to kind of do a looking back on Left 4 Dead 2 video, even though it's actively getting content, which means it's kind of not exactly an old game anymore, it's still relevant, it's just older. But I wanted to do a retrospective on this game and truly appreciate it for all it's done. Its actual value, at face value, how this game has not only started to change my life, which I'm very happy to say it is as of right now, but also just how I love this game series. So, for me personally, my first experience with Left 4 Dead was Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox 360 all the way back in 2013. When I got my Xbox 360 back in 2012, I only had a select few game library, and when I got the Xbox 360 around 2012, I only had like a select few games. I think I had like 6 games, and Left 4 Dead 2 was like my 7th game. I remember seeing a whole bunch of YouTubers back in my day that I used to watch that were just getting started with gaming videos. And there was a guy that used to make Nerf gun videos called C.A. Cox 97. I don't know if you remember him, but he always used to have gaming videos on the side. And he would even have videos recorded with his camera in front of his TV before even like Elgato's or was such a thing. It was that long ago, like when gaming was just starting to get popular. And I remember him playing Left 4 Dead 2 and 1, and I was really thinking to myself, being like, wow, this game is cool. Now, I've always liked zombies, but I loved the concept of just the universe that this game was set in, how it changed the mold of a zombie apocalypse. It was really, really cool and very well done. And just getting into games, because my previous consoles were all Nintendo stuff, so I was starting to get really into the hardcore stuff, being a teenager, wanting to experience like some M-rated games, being exposed to a whole bunch of Nintendo this, Nintendo that back in the day. I was really looking for some really good old, grimy, manly games, and I was thinking of Left 4 Dead, and I was like, wow, this game looks great. And I knew what I was getting into as a kid, and I still remember when I was even like 13 years old, acting like I was a tough guy, and I get jump scared by a witch, or get intimidated by the tank, or trying to survive, and being so bad at the game that it was cringy and horrible to watch. I remember playing each map was like a maze to me, and I was getting lost, and it was just always like on edge and nerve-wracking. I truly loved going for the achievements. I truly loved playing the game over and over and over again, even though like I played it so many times, and I could have been like, screw it, I've already played this several times, I'm just gonna move on. But the gameplay was so repetitively good. It wasn't repetitively bad, it was repetitively good. It was addictive, and I loved this game, even on the 360. Like, I played this on 360 and the Xbox One. When I saw it was backwards compatible, I installed that crap on day one. I loved playing Left 4 Dead 2 way back in the day, and I even remember playing it back when it first became backwards compatible. Even the same thing with Left 4 Dead 1. I even rebought it again on PC recently, both Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, because I love the series that much. And being able to install stuff like mods, and being able to not only expand my like content on the game, but also just seeing what the community is made up. I love the fact that my pills look like A&W root beer. I love the fact that my golf club looks like a lightsaber. I love the fact that all the characters have so many fun and unique costumes that I can just download for free at ease. I love the fact that I can play whole brand new maps that are made by fans that are not even by Valve. They're just fans, and they're like almost professional full-on maps. And you don't have to worry about things like the copyright license or patents. With mods, you can make whatever you want. So there's people that make crossover events and these cool-ass mods that you can install, and they can all merge too. And that's just amazing to me. I love the idea of mods. Mods is one of my favorite things about video games, and it's one of my favorite things about owning a gaming PC now. And I love that. I don't see myself stopping playing Left 4 Dead 2 for a really long time. It's probably going to be one of my top few games I'm always going to go back to, especially now on PC, because the content is theoretically unlimited, and Valve is making updates again. Like, Left 4 Dead 2 is such a very well done game. I love the fact that there's the special infected. The special infected, yes, can get annoying, very much so. But I love the idea of badass, overpowered zombies instead of just your normal basic zombies. I love the spitter, the jockey, the witch, the hunter, the boomer, the smoker. I just love the atmosphere of all these special infected. They're creepy, they're terrifying, they're overpowered. They're fun to use. You can use them in versus mode. You can be the overpowered zombie. You can find so many cool experiences and glitches and get so many cool kills and stuff like that with them. I really enjoy their story in the background. I love the characters in both Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I love Zoe's story. I love Ellis's story. I love Coach's story. I even love Nick and Rochelle's story, even though there's lack of them and I don't like the character in full. But they definitely have their part in the story. It's because they're a fun character to make fun of or hate. Like, it's not like I truly despise the character to the point where I do not like them whatsoever. It's just fun to make fun of them. It's cool to have a villain or, like, a bad guy, or, like, even, like, somebody that you're minorly rooting against for. It's fun to have those characters that have their roles in a good story, even though Left 4 Dead 2 doesn't exactly have a story. We have story bits here and there, yes, but Left 4 Dead 2 in its own right kind of makes the story, kind of like what we've done with some other games before in the past. There's been some certain select few video games where we've made the story. Us, the fans, have made the story, and the developers and the community made it together, and that's amazing to me. I truly love the gun mechanics and the gameplay. I love the maps, I love the chapters, and I love the vibe that they produce. I love the quotes and the unforgettable moments that I end up having. And I love the fact that I made a lot of my friends here, and the fact that I'm growing my YouTube channel on a game that I love. I really am happy knowing this. I can only select few games. I can only pick a select few games I truly think have changed my life for the better. And I'm not trying to just say this just to, say that Left 4 Dead 2 is the best game ever just because this is what I'm actively playing at the moment. I know I'm saying this from my heart because I've said this time and time again. I have played this game absolutely to death on 360 and on the PC, both Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2. If you go to my 360 Left 4 Dead 2 profile, I actually have all of the achievements except for 4, and I went back and did them on PC, because 360 doesn't have a player base anymore, unfortunately, but luckily this game is still alive on PC. I had so many achievements back on Left 4 Dead 2, I almost mastered it. All of them. Literally all of them except for 4 that were very, very niche. And I did those now on PC. I'm even doing all the new ones that they added in with the new update. And I only have a select few left. I have 4 of the new ones, and I have 2 that are PC exclusive that are holiday specific that I have to wait on. But I plan to do those in full too. And I will master the achievements on this game because I love it that much. I'm trying to find any content that I can get because it's just so fun. I love the challenge. I love the atmosphere. I love the spirit and the core that this game is built off of. I know that a lot of you guys might end up agreeing with me. I know a lot of you guys that might disagree with me, and for a variety of reasons, and that's fine. I encourage you to. I just know deep down that I love this game, and I want to encourage you guys to the best of my abilities as a fellow gamer, as a fellow human, show you something that I love in hopes that you'll love it too. Because I know that not all of you guys play Left 4 Dead 2. Some of you guys just watch me because it's me, and I truly enjoy that. Thank you. And I encourage you that if you respect my opinion and that if you like the content that you see, I encourage you as a fellow gamer and as a fellow like-minded individual that if you ever have an opportunity, even if it's the 360 version, to get Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, especially Left 4 Dead 2, because these games are near and dear to my heart, and I know everyone's going to have their fan favorites, and opinions are subjective over time, yes. And I understand that things can change. I understand I might not feel the exact same way later down the line. I understand I might not feel the exact same way in the beginning as I do now. I understand that there's also, a select few reasons of X, Y, and Z. I always understand that there's if. But I would like to say and believe and proclaim that as of right now, and I would hope for the long run, that I enjoy this series, and I will for a long time to come, and I hope you guys will play it with me one day. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I honestly am very happy to say out loud that there's very little that I can say that this game has that pisses me off, or bothers me, or upsets me. Now, I know that this might be because the game is, got old standards. It was before skill-based matchmaking, and supply drops, and, before, new gamer standards, and before all this X, Y, and Z, stuff that you might want to list off. But also, here's another thing that I also want to say just to contradict that real quick, is that now that the game is getting updates again, if that truly was the case, if the game really was going to suffer from one of those things, they would have done it in that big update by now. They would have done it already. If they truly were going to ruin the game with skill-based matchmaking or supply drops or the current game standards, as you will, I feel like that this would have already been done. It's not like the game's not getting updates anymore, it's actively getting updates again. So, therefore, new standard applies to the new updates. So, I think that Left 4 Dead 2 is going to have a long, long, long time of fun and just enjoyment, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys. But yeah, anyways, guys, this is basically going to be today's video. I truly hope you ended up enjoying. If you did, as always, I tremendously appreciate if you guys could drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff, because that way you can tell YouTube and me directly, hey, we end up enjoying your content, we would like to see more of it, and then YouTube will be like, alright, bet, and then YouTube will end up recommending my content more to you, and then also as well, in turn, I will end up meeting more of you awesome individuals, and I can bring more of the content that you guys deserve to have on YouTube. But yeah, guys, I hope you end up enjoying another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you guys are ever going to see. Peace out, guys.